Thank you so much, Juanita. I was trying to figure out how am I going to get all this, just fit this in 3 minutes. She just took 50% of it so I can get this in a minute and a half. You know, the Bible says where there's no vision, the people perish. And as I see this, there was vision. And there were a group of people who had passion for this library. So we are so excited to see this transformation. As Juanita said, about 6 years ago, I was literally counting at the table, and I couldn't believe this is 6 years this June that we started D.A.D.S. My wife and I had my daughter Erin, we call her Honey Bun. We had Erin when we were 41 years old. Don't do the math. But as Juanita said, so we had a 16-year-old at the time and a 12-year-old. And we were counting on being empty nesters pretty soon. Did not happen. And Erin comes along, and when she became around 3 years old, I would bring her to the library every Saturday, and we would spend time here. And I noticed Erin really started to enjoy it. As she started enjoying reading, and she wanted to really come back to the library. In 2012, I participated and graduated into Leadership Montgomery. One thing Leadership Montgomery taught me was when you find, listen to this carefully, when you find a void in your community, fill it. That's right. You don't have to wait on someone else, fill it. Yeah. If you have the capacity, fill it. So I had this idea, and the idea was, how do we connect men and daughters? Because I could see my boys both played college football, and we grew up going on Saturdays to the football games. But then I didn't see this passion for men with their daughters, but I had it. So how do we share that with the community? So as Juanita said, I went to the mayor, and then he referred me to her, and everybody thought it was a great idea. I meet with Wes and Juanita, and next thing you know, voila. We meet with Bob Parker. I was literally at a legislative tourism bash. I work for the Chamber of Commerce, and we were talking, and Bob said, I'm on board. Are you serious? He said, I'm on board. So all I do is I make a phone call to Bob Parker, and they feed these children and the dads. And it's not only dads and daughters. They can bring their sons. And we've been doing it for quite a while. We cannot wait until the second Saturday. It's every second Saturday from 11 o'clock to noon. We've had people calling from as far as Detroit, from Massachusetts. I've had them call from Chicago wanting to imitate the program. So we thank you so much for what you've done. You're transforming lives. I've seen dads come in, they're dirty, they were in the yard because the daughter came to them and said, hey, it's time to go to D.A.D.S, and they had to stop in the middle of the yard. This is true. I've seen little girls grow and get to the point that didn't know each other, and they're friends, and my daughter is part of that group. We're trying to figure out what to do next because they start to grow out of it. So you're transforming lives. I've seen a dad who was a single dad and was going to court, and the judge was saying he may not have the opportunity to visit his daughter, but because of D.A.D.S, that changed that. You're changing lives. Your money is touching lives. So thank you so much for what you do, and thank you all for what you do, Dr. Bell. Thank you all.